Foreign Affairs Committee. Thank you so much, Congressman, for being with us to talk about this very important topic. As everyone, they're getting ready to revel. They don't really want to worry about their safety, but obviously it's on their minds after the kind of year that we've had. Do you know anything more than what we just heard about tightened security in New York and in these other cities?
Well, I can tell you that New York is being prepared. In fact, on my trek to the studio right now in New York, if you go up and down Fifth Avenue, you see large units of the New York City Police Department and diverting traffic and preparation for New Year's Eve is taking place now. And it's not only what you see, it's what you don't see that's also taking place. So I think that, any threat, whether it's a threat that has been deemed real or not, is taken seriously. And clearly, I believe that people will be safe in New York City because all kinds of preparations are taking place, as should be.
So you're confident that as people are heading to Times Square, all they need to worry about is ushering in the new year? Is there anything that you want to say to them? As we've heard they're going through double magnetometers to get in this year, certainly something that should make them feel safer. But is there something you'd like to say to them as they consider going out on New Year's Eve?
First, I want to say that welcome to New York City. And New York City knows how to bring in a new year, go out and enjoy and have a good time. That you're in good hands with the New York City Police Department and all those that have been trained there. Secondly, though, you see something, you say something. Don't presume that anything that is innocent. If you think something looks suspicious, make sure that you say something to someone, because you are part of this law enforcement team working collectively together. We can try to make sure that we're all safe. But, I can tell you that the New York City Police Department, along with the Homeland Security, has been working and sharing information and doing things of the nature to make sure that we're all safe. As I said, if you walk around the streets of New York City today, you will see a number of police officers. But it's not only what you see, it's what you don't see that is also taking place to make sure that everybody will be safe bringing in 2016.
I know that sort of the threat assessment goes beyond the U.S. at this point. I want to ask you about something that you may have been briefed about as a House member. In Belgium, there were 2 people who were arrested yesterday on suspicion of being involved in a plot to attack various sites in the capital there during New Year's celebrations. Do you know anything more about a possible ISIS connection here?
Well, I think that it's still being investigated, and there's still information that's being shared now. I think that coming out of what took place in Paris, in Europe, the information sharing between different countries, because, as you know, the borders are porous and people go back and forth, but between the French government and the Belgians and others and the United States, the information sharing and working collectively together is even stronger than it was before. And so these kinds of plots that were uncovered will continue to be uncovered, and the kind of investigations that are taking place afterwards to see what are the direct links or indirect links to ISIS or Daesh or whatever you want to call them, what they are. Because, of course, the concern right now is individuals who are radicalized, without having to travel to Syria or any places where you have direct contact with Daesh. So there's thorough investigation that's taking place now, thorough communication and working collectively together between countries and law enforcement agencies, and they will get to the bottom of whether or not the individual that was arrested in Belgium were part of an ISIS plot or not.
Okay, so basically Belgian authorities at this point are still trying to determine the link to ISIS?
There's still investigations going on to try to find, you got to go through all of the computers. You've got to make sure who is linked where and how they were radicalized, because there's various ways that you can be radicalized. And I think that kind of investigation is continuing, and we'll know something shortly.
All right, Congressman Meeks, thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you as we look towards 2016, just 2 days away.
Happy New Year to you, and come on to New York. It's a great place to bring in the new year.
It sure is. It sure is. All right, thanks, Congressman. And up next, we're going to have more from Missouri.